So let's stand with your feet underneath your hips. Standing tall. You can close your eyes if you'd like, but just feel your feet against the floor. Allow your feet to kind of spread into the floor. Take a few breaths here, slow, deep breaths. As if you're drawing that breath in from your feet, from the floor, up into your body. And start to think about lifting or rising up through the head and neck, feeling long and tall. Breathing out through the crown of your head. Inhaling from the floor. Exhaling out through the crown of your head. And if your eyes are closed, we'll open them. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, slide the shoulders down. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Exhale, lower. Gently draw your abdominals to your spine. 2 more. And we'll take a side bend. Inhale, over to one side. Let your head fall. Exhale, use your abdominals to restack, lift up. Inhale, over. Exhale, navel to spine, restack. Again, inhale, over. Navel back, lift. Equal weight in both feet. 1 more each side. Hands to your hips. Let's fold at the hips and knees as you inhale. Exhale, stand tall. Inhale, fold at the hips, knees, ankles. Exhale, lift through your center, your core, and stand tall. Inhale, wide sits bones. Exhale, draw your abs in. 3 more. This time we'll squat and hold. Let your arms just hang down. And we're going to take some shoulder rolls from this position. Rolling the shoulders. And reverse. We can let the arms just hang here, or you can take your hands back to your hips. From this squat, we're just going to shift our weight forward toward the toes and then shifting back toward the heels. Forward and back. Just noticing that shift of weight. What does that feel like in your body, and what muscles do you notice helping you to not fall over? 1 more of each. And we'll stand up. All right, you're welcome to grab some light weights or not. We're going to go back into that squat. Fold at your hips and knees. And we'll move the arms here. 1 arm forward, 1 arm backward. Lower down and switch. Feel long from the top of your head out through your tailbone. Wide collarbones, wide sits bones. Now bring your arms down. We'll pull your elbows up and lower down. Good. Drawing those weights up toward your ribs and then lower. Squeeze the shoulder blades as you lift your elbows. Equal weight through the front and backs of the feet. 2 more. And we'll hold the elbows up. Press back. Tricep press. Bend your arms. Press back. And bend. more. And we'll stand all the way up. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Reverse. And we'll step your feet wide, wide parallel stance. And we're gonna do a little twist, letting the arms just swing and sway. And we'll come back to the center. All right, so we're gonna stay in this wide parallel stance. The arms can just hang by your sides. And we're gonna take some wide squats here. So folding at the hips and knees, and then stand up. Lift your tailbone up as you sit. Aim the tailbone down as you stand. Lift your tail, lift your sits bones. And this time we're gonna hold it. And we'll open your arms out to the sides and lower down. 3, 2, and 1, and we'll stand back up. Now let's turn the legs out, toes and knees turn out, and we'll bring the ends of your weights together or the thumbs together, and we're gonna lift up to the chin. Just the arms, lower the arms down. Let's do that a few times. Lift and lower. Drawing up through your abdominals. One more. We're gonna lift up. And now we'll squat down as we lower the arms and stand as you lift. Unzip your jacket and then zip that jacket up to your chin. Press evenly into all 4 corners of your feet, big toe ball, pinky toe ball, and the inner and outer edges of the heels. 3 more. And let's set those weights off to the side. All right, we're gonna come back to our wide parallel stance. Hands to your hips. Let's take some big hip circles, yawning through the hip joints. Reverse. And back to center. Let's tip from side to side, keeping the same distance between your feet as you tip from one leg to the other. And find your balance on one side. Flex your foot in the air and we'll rotate this leg, external and internal rotation. Stabilize your pelvis, twisting that leg within the hip socket. We'll find external rotation, so pointing your toes and knee up, little circles of this leg. Stable pelvis. Reverse. And now internal rotation, little circles here. Reverse. Back to parallel, let's switch to the other side. Flex your foot, rotate your leg, twisting your thigh bone within your hip socket. Turning your knee out and then in. Externally rotate little circles. Stabilize your pelvis again. Reverse. Turn your leg internally. Little circles. Aim your toes and your knee down toward the floor. Reverse. And we'll stand on 2 feet again. All right, option to grab your weights. We'll do a little more standing arm work. All right, we're gonna have the weights above your shoulders and we're gonna lift up and bend. Exhale, lift, inhale, bend. Find your tall posture. Draw your abdominals in. Option to add the feet. Maybe you lift your heels as you lift the weights and lower as you bend. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, bring your arms down. Let's come back into that squat and we're gonna do little bicep curls here. Elbows to your ribs, collarbones wide. And we're gonna add a little toe tap. So we're gonna tap one toe back, step forward and switch. Transferring your weight from one leg to the other. You can do this without the toe taps and just the arms. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let's stand up. Keep those arms going. So we'll continue our bicep curls from a tall position. And we're gonna add a knee lift. So lift one leg, lower, and then the other. So the knee comes up with your hands, with that bicep curl. Root down through the standing foot, up through the crown of your head. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll set those weights off to the side. We'll do one more arm exercise from standing. Arms to a low V. You can stand as wide or narrow as is comfortable, and we're gonna twist the arms in each direction. So how far can you twist in one direction and then go all the way in the other direction? Twisting through your hands, your forearms, and upper arms. It's okay if your shoulders move too. Okay, let's take your arms out to the sides. Now we're gonna twist the arms in opposite directions. And switch, and switch. And it's okay if one shoulder comes forward, one shoulder comes back. And we're gonna add a twist. So you're gonna turn your head to look at the palm that's going up. So the palm up is what we're looking at. Twisting through the head, neck, shoulders, and maybe the sternum. One more each way. And relax. Let's take some big shoulder rolls. And reverse. Okay, a little bit of standing balance work. We're gonna stand on one leg, bending the other knee. We're gonna keep your standing knee straight, and you're gonna move your opposite hip up and down. Hike that hip up and lower it down. How high can you lift that hip? And then bring it down. I'm more interested in that upward motion than the downward. So if we're gonna push in any direction, I would rather it be the up. 2 more. And this time we're gonna hold that hip up, and you're just gonna stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch legs. Straight through the standing knee, bent through the opposite leg, and it's that bent leg, it's that hip that will move up and down. Explore how high can you lift that hip, and then lowering. Moving your pelvis, moving your hip. Now hike that hip up as high as you can. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll step down. Good, let's have a seat down on the mat. Heels on the floor, knees together, sitting high on both sits bones. All right, hands can rest behind your thighs, or you can reach forward. We're gonna hinge back. Inhale, squeeze your knees, and exhale, lift the spine. Inhale, hinge back, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your abdominals, and get taller to come up. Good. Press your heels into the floor. 2 more. Let's hinge back and hold little circles of your arms. Reverse. And we'll sit back up. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge back again. This time we're going to take bigger, slower circles of the arms. Reverse. And we'll sit back up, reach forward, deep breath in. One more time, exhale, hinge back. This time, hands to your shoulders, hands to opposite shoulders, and we're gonna twist and twist and twist. Squeeze your knees. Can you get your knees to stay still? Twisting through the ribs and shoulders. 3, 2, and 1, and we'll sit back up. Open your knees, we'll butterfly stretch. Lengthen your spine, and then fold at the hips. Okay, let's take your hands to the floor behind you. Hands pointing sideways, feet down on the floor. All right, waking up the back of your body, you're gonna press down through your hands and feet, lift your pelvis up. How high is up to you? And then lower down slowly. We'll do that a few times. Press into your hands and feet, lifting the hips, and come back down. Pushing down to lift up. This time we'll lift and hold. Now we're going to shift our weight forward toward the feet and then back toward the hands. Forward toward your feet, back toward your hands. One more. Find center and lower down. Press down through your hands and feet, lift your pelvis. This time we're going to go over to the right side and then to the left side. So more weight into your right hand and foot, then into your left hand and left foot. Over to the right limbs, then to the left. One more each side. Back to center and come down. Let's turn your hands forward for triceps behind your back. Inhale, bend your arms. Exhale, press. 4 more. One more. Bend your arms, pulses. Up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come off the hands. Grab onto your shins and you're gonna pull your feet as close to your sits bones as you can. We'll actually come up onto your toes. All right, holding on around the ankles if you can. Gently bow your head so we have just a small curve throughout the entirety of your spine. And now you're gonna lift your feet up, find your balance here. And we're gonna rock back just about an inch or maybe less. And then rock forward about an inch or less. Rock back, find the back edge of your balance. And then find the front edge of your balance. Two more. And we'll find the center of our balance. And we're going to shift our hands to go behind your knees. Okay, and we'll keep those knees pretty well bent. We're going to lift one foot. How much is up to you? And then bend that knee. And then lift the other foot. Trying to maintain our balance if we can. Lifting one foot up at a time. Stretching the hamstring. One more each leg. And let's see if we can do both legs. Lift both feet. And then bend the knees. Lower the feet. Lift. And lower. Last one. Lower down. Set your feet down. Take your hands back onto the floor behind you. Fingers pointing sideways. All right, let's roll your shoulders forward. Bow your head, slumping the spine. And then roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest up, arching the back. One more of each. Roll your shoulders forward, bow your head, tuck your tail. And then roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up. And now find your neutral, straight back. Press down through your hands, down through your feet, and lift your pelvis. Okay, we're gonna try and keep our pelvis stable. Lift one foot off the floor, and then switch. Lower with control and switch. Now both feet down, you're gonna shift your weight over to one side and see if you can lift the other arm. And then switch. So we're lifting one hand by shifting our weight over. Or you can just shift that weight side to side and keep both hands on the floor. And we'll come back to all four limbs, lower down, and let's lie down onto your back. Good. Okay. Place one hand above your belly button, one hand below. And just take a few restful breaths here, noticing the rise and fall of your belly, just the natural movement. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, draw your abdominals away from your hands. Pull your abs down toward your spine. And now try and keep your abs there as you inhale. We'll go deeper as you exhale. Pull your abs away from your hands, down toward your spine. Keep that engagement or some of it as you inhale. And can you go deeper on the exhale? Hold that engagement, breathe in. Exhale, go a little deeper. 3 more breaths like this. And we'll relax, let your arms just rest by your sides. Gently roll your head side to side, just to relieve any tension from your neck. And we'll come back to the center. Let's take both arms up to the ceiling. Imprint your lower back and walk your legs to tabletop. We'll do some dead bug leg work. All right, so keep pressing your lower back down, curling the tailbone slightly up. We're gonna take your right arm back, left leg forward. You can straighten that leg or you can just tap your toes down. Exhale, come back to the starting position. Switch sides, left arm, right leg. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, come back up. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Deepen your abdominals the whole time. Keep your lower back down as that arm and leg go away. And then deepen your abdominals in order to lift the two limbs up. Last one each side. Okay. Let's do a variation on this. So same starting position. We're going to take your right arm to the side and your left leg to the other side. And then bring them both back in. Switch. Inhale, open away from midline. Exhale, lift, come toward midline. So now we have to stabilize against the side to side movement. Trying to keep your pelvis stable and not rotating the pelvis. You can straighten the leg out if you want a little more challenge. Two more each way. One more each way. Hug your knees and gently stir your knees in opposite directions or take any stretch that feels good to you. Reverse direction when you're ready. All right, knees together, legs at tabletop, arms down on the mat, out to the sides, out to a T. All right, we're gonna keep your arms and shoulders glued to the floor. Tip your knees to the right as you inhale. Exhale, use your abdominals to come back to center. Switch, inhale, legs tip over. Exhale, use your abdominals to come back. Inhale, over. Exhale to center. Two more each side. Press your arms and shoulders down. Back to center. We'll keep the arms here. We're going to straighten your left leg down on the floor and straighten your right leg up toward the ceiling. From here, going to take circles of that leg in the air. Circle your legs, stabilize your pelvis. Actively press down through your three limbs on the floor. Reverse. And we'll switch our legs. Press down through the right leg, circle the left. Keep pressing down through your arms. Reverse, stabilize your pelvis. So we're recruiting a lot of muscles to do this. Last one. And we'll rest. Let's bend both knees, step your feet wide on the floor, and gently sway your knees side to side. Let's step the feet a little closer together, arms down by your sides, setting up for bridging. Shimmy your shoulder blades flat against the floor and feel contact through all four corners of your feet into the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, zip up through your abdominals, press down through your feet and float your pelvis up. Try and keep your ribs together in the front. Hold for an inhale. And exhale, slowly lower the spine and pelvis down. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the sides of your neck, breathe in. Exhale, zip up through your abdominals and lift your pelvis. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, lower. Two more. On this last one, we're gonna lift the pelvis up and hold it up. From here, flex your feet and then lower the feet. Again, flex and lower. Picking the whole foot up except for your heels and then lower. Flex and lower. Two more. Now we'll do the opposite. Press into the toes, lift your heels, and lower your heels. Heels up, heels down. Stable pelvis. Think pubic bone up, belly button down. Draw your ribs together, press your arms down. One more. And we'll lower all the way down. Sway your knees side to side or hug your knees into your chest, whatever stretch feels good to you. Okay, hug your knees into your chest. Curl your head and chest up if that feels okay to you. We're gonna roll over to one side. Reach your arms back, your legs forward. Try and find your balance on the side of your body. And now reverse that. Roll onto your back, hug your knees, curl your head in toward your knees. Other side. Roll to your side, stretch your arms and legs out. Try and find your balance on the side of your hip. And then roll onto your back, hug the knees. So we're going from a small shape into a large shape. And then back to your small shape. Trying to get all the way over onto that side. And then onto your back. How smooth can you make that transition? One more each side. And we'll rest. And let's roll over to one side now. Okay, let's straighten both legs out. Long line from your head out through your feet, using your arm as a pillow, or you can use a pillow. Stack your hips, and we're just gonna take the top leg up and down. Just a little lift and lower, keeping the hips squared. Navel to spine. You can use a hand in front of you for support, or take that hand off for more balance challenge. We're gonna take small circles of the top leg. Really small, slow. Stabilize your pelvis. Reverse. Draw your abs in a lot. And now we're gonna hold the top leg just above hip height. From there, lift the bottom leg and lower. Lift and lower. Squeeze your abs in. Hold the bottom leg up, little circles of the bottom leg. Stabilize the top leg. Reverse. Hold the bottom leg up, squeeze your legs together. We're gonna take both legs down as you inhale. Exhale, draw your abs in, lift both legs up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, abs in and lift. Working from the obliques. And just a little bit from the legs. 3 more. All right, we'll draw your knees into your chest. All right, we're gonna reach both arms forward. Stack your palms, resting your head down. Okay, we're gonna slide the top hand forward. And then roll that top shoulder back, sliding the hand back. We're gonna still keep the arms connected. Again, slide the top hand forward as far as you can. And then pull that top shoulder back to slide your hand toward your forearm. Keeping that arm straight, forward and back. Using that arm to create a little bit of rotation. And now we'll stack the palms, and we're gonna keep the hands here. We're gonna do something similar with the legs. So, presumably, your knees are together. We're gonna slide the top knee forward, and then pull that top knee back, or move that top hip back. So your knee will pull your hip forward, and then pressing back. Keeping the palms together. A little bit of pelvic rotation. 2 more. And then we'll stack the knees so they're right on top of each other. We'll keep the knees here. Slide the top hand forward again. This time you're gonna lift the arm up, follow that hand with your eyes, rotate back as far as you can, and we're gonna stay here for a few breaths. Try and keep your knees together. Relax that shoulder. All right, untwist, and let's go to the other side. Starting in a straight line. All right, draw your abs in. We'll take the top leg up and down. You can have a hand on the floor or take it off the floor for more challenge. If we're in that long straight line, it will be a little hard to balance on that side. That is part of the challenge. Lift to about hip height. We'll do small, slow circles of your legs. Stabilize your pelvis. Reverse. And we'll hold the top leg just above hip height. Keep it there. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Draw your abs in a lot. Hold the bottom leg up, little circles of the bottom leg. Reverse. Hold the bottom leg up, take your legs together. We'll inhale, lower both legs. Exhale, abs in, lift both legs up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, navel to spine and lift. 3 more. Lower down and bend your knees. Knees in front of the hips. So kind of a tabletop on your side, and we'll reach both arms forward, stack your palms. Now you're gonna try and keep your knees right where they are, so not letting the knees slide. And we're gonna slide the upper body. You're gonna slide the top hand forward as far as you can, and then pull that top shoulder back, sliding your hand toward your forearm. Slide forward. Your head will maybe rotate down, and then sliding back, maybe rotating the head up. Using that arm to pull the shoulder, which turns the rib cage. 1 more. And we'll stack the palms. All right, now we'll slide the top knee forward as far as you can, and then pull that top knee back or press your hip back. The knee pulls the hip forward, and then it pushes the hip back. Keep the hands and shoulders stable, rotating just those legs and pelvis. 2 more. Just exploring your range of motion here. And now stack the knees. We'll keep the knees together here. Slide the top hand forward. And now follow that hand as you lift it up to the ceiling and back behind you. Try and keep your knees together. Relax that arm as best you can. Relax your shoulders, your neck. And take some deep breaths. Untwist. Let's come belly down on the floor. Face down. All right, we're going to take our arms into a W shape. So hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, elbows slightly back so your forearms can easily rest on the floor. Keep your feet down, press your thighs down, draw your belly button up, and float your forehead an inch or 2 up off the floor. And now from here, float your arms up, maintaining that W shape. Try to keep your feet down. We're going to reach one arm forward, and then bend that elbow back to your W and switch. Reach the other arm forward, and then bend. Reaching one arm at a time. Good. Drive your pubic bone down, belly button up to lengthen and protect your lower back. And maybe try both arms. If that's too much, you can keep going one arm at a time. Last 2. Now reach your arms back toward your feet. Lift your chest a little bit here, and we'll take little arm circles. Reverse. And we'll rest. Let's stack your palms, rest your forehead down on your hands. We're gonna bend your knees, heels together. Take your knees a little wider, heels together, toes apart. Again, drive your pubic bone down, belly button up, and we're gonna lift your heels straight up to the ceiling, trying to float your knees up and then lower down. Again, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Squeeze, exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 3 more. Lift and hold, and we'll pulse the legs up higher for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can hang out here on the mat or push yourself into a child's pose or whatever stretch or movement feels good to you. Two more breaths. And we'll come to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to do some spinal movement. Inhale, a little lift of your head and tail, and then exhale, round your back. Tuck your head, tuck your pelvis, navel to spine. Inhale, extend, roll the shoulders back, widen your sits bones. And now round, push down through your hands, down through your knees, navel up. One more time. Find your flat back, tuck your toes, and we're gonna lift the hips up all the way up toward that downward dog-like shape and pedal out your feet, stretching the calves, or you can take any other stretch that you like. Okay, and we are all done.